Friday morning. It's the main event. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and you know him as 17-year NFL veteran, 3-time Super Bowl champion for your Dallas Cowboys. And folks, he figured he's worked enough this week. He's taken off early today to go golfing as well. Dale Hellestrae's here, everybody.
Can you actually see germs flying around in a room? Because that's what I'm seeing. When you open your mouth.
That's not, I don't spit.
I'm just seeing germs flying everywhere. You're sick. You're sick.
It's allergies.
Oh, I hate when people say that.
I feel fine. I'm just stuffy.
Okay. Can't
That's
talk. Give me a good morning.
I can talk. I just have a mucus problem. Sorry, folks eating at home. It is. It gets bad at times, folks. It comes out of nowhere, too, and it's just like, where does that come from? I got cough drops here to help out, Dale.
Yeah.
I've got drinks.
Yes.
Gatorade, soda. I'm ready to go. Let's do this. The things I do to get on this program, folks.
So you already did the business show.
I did. Went well.
How are things going in the business market?
Good. Market's up today. Dale, your portfolio is good.
Good.
You're good. You're good. Your millions are safe.
Yeah.
Today.
My thousands.
My tens of numbers are doing spectacular today. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes. Talked about the Diamondbacks' new. They have a WM Phoenix Open suite over there now. Talked about that
at Diamondback Stadium.
Yeah.
What is it called now?
Chase Field.
Okay.
I know. I think about it myself.
Yeah.
You can watch them get blown out because their starting pitching sucks in person in a golf suite.
Where is that located? Any idea?
It didn't say.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked at like 4 different things. It didn't say. I do know this. Like next week for the Pirates, it's available for like $4,100. 18 people, by the way.
Okay.
10 or 18. So next week for the Pirates, $4,100. It can be yours for 18 people. Do that math. I didn't do the math on the show. Let's do that math really quick here. 4110 divided by 18 is $228 a person, and it has free food, free drinks, non-alcoholic drinks, and stuff like that. That's actually a screaming deal if you have 18 friends you want to hang out with for a baseball game. I know Dale will get it and invite everybody but me, but you know. But then for the Dodgers in August, it's $8,100.
Really? Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, do they hire the girls in the high heels or whatever to walk by in front?
I don't even know what girls are you talking about. I don't even notice them, Dale.
I know because you're so focused on golf.
Yes.
You want to see Jesper Parnevik. See if he gets his bogey.
Heck yeah, I got money riding on that. I got $1 riding on that while I'm there. Heck yeah, let's do it, baby. But Dale, you're back here. You are going to take off a little bit early today. You just love us so much. You're leaving early today again.
Well, you told.
Let's get into it.
You told Kobe this has been one of your most enjoyable weeks.
Yeah, even though I've been sick, I've ran into some things outside of here that have been annoying.
Oh, I forgot.
And all that stuff, and I've been dealing with that, and even then, it's the most enjoyable week ever. Just relax.
Are we going to start with what happened to Steve, or are we going to do that middle of the show?
Yeah, we can. I want to hear how your Palm Springs trip was. I mean, I have to listen to KUPD yesterday to hear that, and
well, they
gave them
care.
pictures and all that stuff.
Boy, oh boy, that AI is scary.
I had a double at 2 a.m. when I saw the picture you sent me, folks.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to see that anytime, let alone 2 a.m. when I woke up because I couldn't breathe. I had a double take. It didn't quite. It looked like you, but it didn't look like you, and
It looked enough like me that, and they sent it. So we went to Palm Springs. It's a class of 1980 at Sonora High School. Got a big group that usually. We get together about 4 times a year for happy hour or whatever. And then a certain amount of us take a golf trip. Mm-hmm. We go to Palm Springs. Well, I tell the guys over at KUPD, they say, oh, well, Palm Springs is, I don't know, has a very high, evidently, gay population. Didn't know that.
The guys at KUPD would know that.
Yeah, we stay at a hotel, we golf, and whatever. It's also the bachelorette capital of Southern California.
Yes.
So
there's a lot of things. You got Coachella there.
Yeah, Stagecoach was there.
Yeah, I would say it was there last weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah.
When you were there, that had been fun for you.
And so we just golfed, Steve. Just golf.
You guys didn't hit up Stagecoach after?
No.
You didn't go see Little John in Pitbull?
No, we got in Sunday. Festival? We got in Sunday as well, but there was quite a few stragglers still hanging around on Monday and Tuesday. So, but anyway, I did not know that, and they mentioned that, and within like 10 minutes, they were getting these AI-produced pictures of me. Uh-huh. One of them that I sent to you was at a pool party.
Yeah. Let's just leave it. It was at a pool party.
Holding my pride flag. And
I liked your shorts.
And my shorts and what. It's like
very colorful shorts.
It looked just enough like
it did
me that if you take a glance at it, you're like, oh, Dale went to a pool party.
Well, that's the thing. I think I woke up at like 10 o'clock because I couldn't breathe. My medicine was like worn off. So I was like, oh, time to take more medicine and everything. And I looked at my phone and I went, that Dale. And then I went and took the medicine, came back, and I was like, I guess that's Dale. It's close enough.
And then 3 or 4 other ones came in. But anyway, the trip went fantastic. We ran a Sprinter van. Yes. We had about 8 of them with us, and then some other guys met us they lived in California or were in California. So I went over there for about 3 days, a little shorter trip. Used to golf, 6 rounds in 4 days. Now we golf 2 rounds in 3 days.
You're not as young as you used to be.
No. But weather was great. We had a fantastic time, ate some great meals, and we just can't do it like we used to.
Yeah, I know. I noticed. I recognized a couple of those restaurants. I've been to a couple of those restaurants you guys were eating at, and I was like, ooh, that's a good place.
Yeah.
Not a cheap place, but that's a good place.
No, for dinners, we spared no expense. But yeah, it was a good trip, had a good time, and I know it was, like I said, a good week for you. You got to have a lot of Coop and a lot of Steve and a lot of Lou and you're like, oh, Dale's back.
A lot of time with me
and a lot of Steve.
Yeah, exactly. Good. It's good to have that way.
Yeah,
it's good to be that way sometimes.
So my week was pretty good. No flat tires. No. Everything went smooth. Car went well.
The Sprinter brand didn't break down on you.
The thing about the Sprinter van is it's a diesel. And
that ain't cheap.
And none of us know anything about diesel. But there's something like called PEF or FEP or whatever it is.
Yes.
It's 3 letters.
Yes.
They're supposed to put it in a certain amount of time. Well, last year when we took it over.
This is a rental?
Yeah.
You don't have it long enough to have to put that stuff in. It's basically
it depends on when you get it and if the person who owns it has already done that.
Yeah,
and a year ago they didn't do that. And none of us had any clue what to do with a diesel.
Yeah.
And this year we were prepared, so that went smooth.
You guys all researching it.
Yeah. Oh, you chat. Everybody's doing chat, GTP, and whatever. But anyway, everything went smooth. Trip over, trip back. Everybody's still talking and smiling when we got back.
I was going to say, nobody's throwing fits or anything?
No. Everybody
Can
got
you
along.
believe it? Jimmy did this to me in 1982.
Well, most of us can't remember back in 1980.
Jimmy, you did this to me in August of 79. That's why I didn't talk to you for 6 months.
46 years, Steve.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
46. So we all met each other. Some of those guys went to elementary school together.
Yeah, they grew up together.
And
Arizona and Phoenix was tiny back then.
Yeah.
Not like it is today.
One of the guys, a guy named Kevin, him and I have known each other since 8 years old when we played in boys club, and now we are at 64, still friends. And
when you became a highfalutin Dallas Cowboy, did you not talk to him in that time frame?
No, a lot of them came out to watch games.
Did they really? You allowed that? They were part of your entourage?
Well, I tell my daughters, and tell me what you think of this. So, obviously, in 1980, there's no cell phones, there's no computers, there's no emails, and those didn't come around until around 2000, full-fledged.
Late 90s, yeah.
Full-fledged. And somehow, some way, this group still stayed together. And we all went our separate ways. Everybody in there.
I don't keep in touch with anybody, and I have all the access to them.
Right.
I'm not keeping in touch with them because I can't find them, Dale.
Right. Well, that means that evidently Dobson's a little different than. But we're a unique class.
I don't like them.
Because the 81 class is not like that, and the 79 class.
But I also think that helps out though, because then when you actually Like, I'm Facebook friends with a bunch of guys that I just, whatever. I knew him in high school, but I wasn't a big high school fan. They're like Angel, from Burrito Express. I grew up with him, all that stuff and everything. But I can see what he's doing in his everyday life. So, like, when I run into him, I'm not like, "Hey, man, tell me how you're doing." I can see it all the time.
Right.
That's the difference, I think.
But
I don't feel like I need to do it.
We kind of made a pact that, hey, we're going to do this every year. We get together about once a quarter to have a little happy hour, catch up, have a few drinks. Because we used to, for a little bit there, we're just getting together at funerals, and we're getting to that age where, it's parents that are going.
Yeah. I'll see you at my funeral, guys.
Yeah. And pretty soon here it's going to be one of us.
Yes.
So
yeah.
all in our mid-60s, and all those guys about a year older than I am.
Yeah, you were younger.
Yeah, I was a young buck in the group.
They held you back, huh?
No, they pushed me forward. My parents wanted me to get out of the house. So anyway, everything went great. The golf, found a couple really challenging golf courses, more hills than I care to see.
Which ones did you play? Like PGA West and those, or did you just play?
No, it was at the hotel. It was at the JW Marriott, and there's a valley and a palm course there.
Yeah.
Great shape, just hill after hill after hill.
Robert says, "Are we sure that was AI, given the picture of Helly that was in the paper from high school?" Yeah, the one I found. I still don't get credit for finding that for him.
No, it's all over the place.
Now it is, but it wasn't when I found it.
Right, and that didn't do me any favors. I wear short white tennis shorts back in 1980.
Yeah, I mean, if you follow KUPD's social medias, you saw this picture. The one he sent me. It's on their social media sites out there. So I'm sure Robert's seen it. That might be why he's alluding to it. No, I'm not. I texted him this morning and I said, "Hey, it's 2026. I don't judge." That's what I told him this morning. I won't judge you, but I'm going to judge you, but you won't know that I'm judging.
Oh, you judge, and you
Robert,
make sure.
My Papa Mike says, "Steve, did I hear you say the guys at KUPD would know that about Palm Springs?" Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I didn't. I didn't know that. We've been over there 15 times.
But it's the whole California theme. To be honest here, they're a little different over there nowadays. Let's just put it that way. As well. So good. The trip was good. You had fun.
You had
Got
fun.
back. You've relaxed. You've come back. You crashed out yesterday.
Caught up on my sleep, and tossed and turned last night because I couldn't wait to hear the Steve flat tire story, and probably winning friends and kissing babies over Discount Tire. And
Discount Tire loves me. I spend a lot of money with them.
Yeah. So what happened? What happened?
So I leave here on Monday.
Okay.
Monday was just started off a terrible day, just like an awful day. Kids are fighting, all this stuff. They had a school lockdown on Friday, so they missed school on Friday, and then they didn't want to go to school on Monday. Ethan has all this RTC stuff and everything and school stuff he's got to get done for college stuff. So it's just like everybody's like you could tell Sunday night like it's off. It's off. I wake up Sunday morning, I come in here, kids are fighting, they end up staying home on Monday and all this other stuff, and I'm just like, whatever. So then I get in my car, Dale. I leave here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get out of here. Did 2 shows by myself. Dale's a quitter. So I was like, I'll do 2 shows by myself and everything. So I get in my car, Dale, and I drive, and I stop at the house my dad's working on, that rental house my dad's working on. It's almost done.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'll just swing by there real quick. Actually, I had to drop something off. So I go by there, drop it off, spend like 10 minutes there, leave, get on the freeway, driving home.
Now, what freeway are you?
Well, I end up on US 60.
Okay.
So I'm at US 60 and Country Club's coming up, and I'm like the 3rd lane over from the right side. And all of a sudden, and like earlier in the day, remember the see, I got to go backstory here for those of you that didn't. I have this alert on my car, front driver's side tire, keeps saying that it's low. 33, 34. My tires are supposed to be like 40, 41. I've been to Discount Tire, 3 times? They hook it up, doesn't change at all. They don't even put air in it. Then, like a month ago or so, me and Ethan I get out Ethan's thing. He's got a tire thing in his car. And we get it out and I do it. And his reader says my car's at 42 PSI. My car's saying 30. So I'm like, okay, my sensor's broken, whatever.
Right.
So I've been through this, and I've stood in the line. I've sat in the line for the young guy to fill up my tires, and all of that stuff. So earlier on Monday, I'm driving in, and that tire signaled again that it was low, but it's steady at a 33. So I'm like, here we go again. It'll go back up to 35. It'll turn off. It's been doing that forever. But it's showing the front driver's side tire is the problem. So I'm like, whatever. So I'm driving down US 60. Ding, ding, like lights, sirens, everything in this car start going off. So I look down at the dash. My passenger side, my right side tire is going lower, but my right side passenger tire, slowly, my right passenger side front tire, Dale, it's going 41, 38, 32, 28. And I'm like, I've got to get off this freeway. Like, I'm about to have a flat tire in my front here.
Are you not feeling it?
No, nothing.
As you're driving, now kind of, it's getting a little rough.
You're going to find out why. Here
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there going, I'm about to have a blowout on this tire. I'm going to have to, like, get across 3 lanes of traffic with a flat tire going down on your steering wheel. So I look in my side mirror. There's nobody there. So I'm all, and I'm, you're going 75.
Right.
Whatever. 80. Whatever.
Speed limit 65, but who cares?
75, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Look, everybody's blind by me. So I get over. But then, as I get over, tire says 0. So I slam on the brake, come to a stop.
You're not feeling a rough ride?
Nope. So I'm sitting there, and I go, gosh, darn it, I got 2 tires going down. I must have ran over something, or maybe I hit a nail at the house. Like maybe, dad or my nephew or somebody left a nail in the driveway, and I ran it. But I'm like, it's 2 tires going low now, whatever. So I get on my app, and I just instantly go to a AAA app. Come pick me up, I do that because I'm like, it might be an hour or so. And I'm sitting on the side of the freeway. Now I'm safe. I'm off to the side by the Gore Point. So after I do that, and they say it'll be like 40 minutes. I'm like, whatever. So there's a couple breaks in traffic. So I'm like, I'm going to get out and go look at this tire. Yeah, I get out. And I look at my driver's side tire, and it looks fine. I go to the other side. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that tire's fine. There's air in that tire. So then I'm like, am I seeing things? So I'm like kicking it, like, is there air in here? I'm like, what's going on with this thing?
Right.
So I go, I don't have a flat tire. Like, what? Maybe my sensors are just bad. I go, I'll just drive it to the discount tire. It's at Country Club and whatever. So I get back in the car, and there's a big enough gap, so I start driving, and then I accelerate to get on the freeway quickly. Electric cars have that big pickup. And all of a sudden, I'm hearing a noise. I don't feel anything, but I'm hearing a weird noise. So I'm instantly like, all right, get off the freeway again. So now I've gone underneath the bridge. I'm farther down on the freeway, whatever. And I'm sitting there. And I canceled the AAA because I'm like, I'm just going to drive to the discount tire. I'll just drive slow.
Right.
So then I pull over again, and I order the AAA again. Like, all right, something's up. I just better be safe. The guys will laugh at me. Fine, whatever. I've been laughed at by discount tire before. It won't be a big deal. And the lady tow truck driver will laugh at me for being a wuss too, probably. So, because that's what will show up. So I do that again, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, this is so weird. My tire, like, there's a weird noise, blah blah. So Dale, I do all that again, and they say, well, first of all, it did the location wrong on the AAA app. It said I was down on baseline. All of a sudden, now it's an hour and 30-minute wait, and I'm like, that's weird. So then I realized, like 10 minutes later, I realized it's the wrong pickup location. So I cancel that one because it won't let me change it. I do another one. Because I'm on the side of the freeway, I guess you get rushed. Like if you're in unsafe places, it rushes it. Because then it's like another 30 minutes. So I do that. I get out, Dale, and I'm like looking at the car. Like, what the heck? I look at the back passenger side tire and like, what's going on with this, man? Both my front tires, it says are low. One says 0 on it. Made that weird noise while I was driving and everything. Like, what's going on? Dale, I sit there and I go to the front of the car this time, and I'm watching traffic, so they can go by and I can get in the car. But last time I went from the backside. I came around that front to get in the car all in a hurry. Reached out to my door handle, out the corner of my eye. My back tire was flat. My back driver's side tire was completely flat. Completely flat. So I go, what the heck? So I walk to the back of the car, and I go to the other side. My tire on that side, passenger back tire's flat. When I had the tires rotated at Discount Tire, they didn't reset the things. So the two front tires go on the back.
Oh, okay.
Didn't even dawn on me. Like, it's hitting me now. I'm thinking I'm having a flat tire, Dale. I'm like thinking I'm having a blowout on the freeway. Get off the freeway. You're not going to be able to drive this thing. You're right in the middle of all this big traffic and everything. Like, I'm just like, what the heck? So I'm sitting there going, they didn't rotate my sensors. Never even thought about it before. Not at all. So I've been driving around with the low tire on the back for, 3 months now?
You kept checking the front.
I kept checking the front. Everybody just kept checking the front. Even the discount people. I go, hey, it says I have a front tire. They look at it and be like, oh, we'll do the front one. Nobody ever checked the back tires. So then the AAA guy shows up, and, they're always super nice about it and everything. Gets the car on there and give me the discount tire and everything. And I've had the car for about a year now. But I've also driven 32,000 miles on it. So I'm like, I'm going to need new tires soon anyway. The discount tire guy's like, oh, let's look at your car. And it just in my mind, I'm going, the way it went down, like there's a giant hole in this thing. Like it's not going to be repairable. And you can't get one tire because then you'll wobble. There's so many miles on them. So I'm like, just give me two. 24 hours for them to order the tires in. So I go, what other tires do you have?
Right.
Then they had some with discounts and stuff like that and everything. So then Ethan had to come pick me up because he missed school and everything like that. So I come back and I go, and I pay for it. $1,200 later because tires these days, folks, ridiculous. So anyway, and I tell the guy, I go, did you guys reset the sensors? He goes, absolutely. So then I paid for it and everything, and he's like, you know what? He goes, let me just go make sure everything's good on your car real quick. And he goes, and I'm watching him walk out. I'm like, that guy's going out there to see if they reset the sensors.
Right.
Like, he doesn't even know. So that's the moral of the story here that I ran into this week. One, flat tire. My tires had like 4 30-seconds tread. So instead of just doing two, I'm like, I'm going to be back here in a month getting the other two. So just do all 4 now, especially since they had to order them.
Right.
But that's what I learned. I've been complaining about Discount Tire. I still have a complaint about them because they screwed it up. But nobody's checked my tires. Nobody's done any of that. I've been driving around on a low tire for 3 months. Nobody's figured this out yet or anything. Are you kidding me right now?
It's interesting you say that because I have a tire sensor thing on mine. The light is on. And it says front left.
Yeah.
And
them all.
I've looked at it. I said, I will know if a tire's low enough that an alarm has to come on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, mine have to be like 40, 41, but the alarm comes on at 33. Yeah. It's still drivable. It's just super low. You run the risk of a blowout when it gets hot out and stuff like that. But that's the thing. So the tire that went flat, I ran over something metal, huge hole in it. I mean, it was like this big of a hole. The other tire, though, it was just going low because I've been driving on it. There's nothing wrong with it other than I've been driving on it low, and it just with the heat and everything on Monday, and the other tire going down, it just decided to lose all its air too. All because it wasn't being blown up for the last 4 months. I've been to Discount Tire.
You keep blowing up the front left instead of the back left.
Yeah. So there you go, Dale.
Oh, Steve.
Can't trust the cars anymore is what I learned.
And you got the best of the best.
Electric vehicles, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Steve. I actually feel a little sorry for
So
you.
that was my Monday, Dale. That was my Monday. Dudes were super nice at Discount Tire and everything, but I was just like, they weren't busy at all. So it was like weird.
Yeah.
So everybody was nice. It wasn't anything bad. It's just more of we figured out the Discount Tire issue that we had. Because remember, I'd sit in that line for like 30 minutes. I'd be picking somebody up or something, and I'd just be like, I'm going to go Discount Tire and I'm check my air. I'd sit in that line for 30 minutes, and then I'd be like, I didn't even hear the machine work. Yeah. And it still says 33, and they'd be like, well, it's filled up good enough.
Wow.
So there we go, Dale. That was my Monday. Yay. That's my story. Let that be a lesson to everybody out there. Robert does say the tire gauges are portable.
Meaning, like if you go front left to back right, they need to change the sensor.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, they didn't change what they needed to change to do it. Yes. Which doesn't that seem like something a tire shop should do automatically?
I would think that that'd be
Never-
just automatic.
Never ran into this a day in my life before. I've multiple cars now I've had with this thing, and it lights up on your screen and stuff like that. Multiple cars. Never had this happen whatsoever. Now, is it just because I didn't know about it? And now there was an issue, so it came up? But yeah. But doesn't this seem like something, I don't know, a place known for tires should know what to do?
I would think that somebody would have advised you.
Somebody tells me that.
Yeah.
Here's the best part, Dale. The last time I went to Discount Tire and the kid was looking at it, I go, this front tire just always says it's this. You know, you guys fill it up and the sensor doesn't move, but it always goes back down again. That little shit. Excuse my language. Yeah. Dale, he gets in there and he's looking at the tire and he's feeling all around it. And he's listening to it like a doctor. He's like listening to it. And he goes, "Oh, I found this little sliver on the inside of your tire. So it'll be good. You know, you'll be good for a couple days, but you should probably get this tire replaced because there's a little sliver in it. And it's a slow leak that you got in there." That little shit was making that up, man. There's no sliver in the tire losing air. So then on top of it, they're out there trying to sell you bull crap. How many old ladies or old guys are out there spending their food money on a new tire because the little kid's telling them they have a slow leak when there's no slow leak?
I have said that forever and ever. I found a mechanic back in 1990. And he's moved to a couple different places. I follow him around because, what are you going to do? Hey, you need new spark plugs.
Yeah.
Okay, well, replace spark. I don't know.
You'll know if they go bad, but you don't know if they're
No.
going bad. Yeah.
Like, whatever you tell me, I barely know how to get the hood open.
So that's what cracks me up, is I was just sitting there thinking, like, that kid at the Queen Creek Discount Tires telling me I got a slow leak on the inside of the tire, and it's on the inner well, so I'll need a whole new tire. And I got that was like 3 months ago. He's like, "Oh, you can stay off. We're busy on this Saturday, so you can come back on Monday, and we'll be able to handle it then for you." That guy was just trying to get me to buy a new tire. There's no leak in that front tire. The problem was with the back tire, clown. I don't know what happened to Discount Tire, man, but they've just gone downhill.
Well, the ones you go to.
Go to the classy ones. Dale, I've been to them all, it feels like.
Yeah.
Robert says, "I think it's in the name, Discount Tire." Yeah, but they still should know tires, right? Then Robert said, Papa Mike says, "I can't believe you didn't check all the tires." Oh, wait. Yes, I can. Why? The other tires were fine. The sensor said they were fine. Why would I check them all? I have one bad one. Why would I check them all? So that was my Monday. While you were off gallivanting to Palm Springs, I'm dealing with that in the afternoon.
It's hanging out in the Sprinter van.
I was hanging out in Ethan's car, the tow truck, and then Ethan's car after he came and picked me up.
Wow.
Then he had to take me back again. So there we go, folks. That's my Monday. Lesson for you. Check all your tires. Don't believe the sensors. Dale, when you check your air pressure today,
that's got me a little more concerned now.
check them all. Just check them all while you're there. Don't go by your sensors. So dumb. It's so ridiculous. Gotta love it.
But did you feel the car wobbling?
Nope. Oh, no. It went. No. This thing, I'm just minding my own business. You know, probably smoking, drinking, on the phone while I'm driving. You know, you guys know how it is. Changing the radio. I was just driving, and only reason I even knew something was wrong was the sensor went off, you know. And then it was just dry. It was one of those where you're like 29, 22, 18, and it's like, I got to get off the road. This isn't a small leak going on right now.
Right.
But like I said, the other side of it is I was convinced it was the front tire. And I'm like, this is going to become a problem here. I don't want to stop in the middle of the freeway. Also, the amount of people that move over, you know, or slow down, I was off far enough. I was like, you know, by the Gore point there, so I was far enough over. But like the amount of people that I swear to God, Dale, they get closer to the line when they go.
It's
by
almost
there.
like they play chicken.
Yeah. Like I'm just sitting there like in my rear view mirror. Like at one point I moved my mirrors will move in electronically. I like moved them in because I'm like, there's people like they're like right in the middle of the lane and then they get close to me and they move close to the white lane. And then as soon as they're done passing me, they move right back into the middle again. And it's like, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, I will tell you the one time that I probably was most scared of my life was we had a flat tire come back from California. It's probably 15 years ago. Brooke had a Mercedes, and we had taken that over there, an older Mercedes.
The cookie business was good, folks.
And I got a flat tire on I-10 at night.
Ooh, at night, too. Yeah.
So, I mean, I pulled over as far as I could. There's kind of a fall off after the side of the road, and of course, it was on the road side. It was on the driver's side. Yeah. And I'm there. My butt sticks out a little bit more than the most normal people.
You said it.
Hey, well, I mean,
we saw that. We saw those Palm Springs pictures.
I mean, the last time I I just tell somebody this. Last time I saw my butt was when I played football because film, you always had it from behind the front. And all I know is my butt's kind of big because, like, when I try and squeeze through tables, like at a restaurant or whatever, I'll always knock something off the table behind me.
Yeah. That's just the restaurant squeezing people in there.
But
that's what I tell myself.
But changing the actual tire as semis are coming by and trucks are, and they're going 80, 85 miles an hour.
Semis and stuff will move over.
Now, some of them will, but not when there's traffic in both lanes.
That's the problem, yeah. Those guys know because they're on the road all the time.
Yeah.
No, these were like just, the little 1982 Nissan Sentra, just inching on the white line as you're standing there like, dude, what are you doing, man? And they just moves back over. It's like, whatever, man. Whatever. It isn't amazing. So that was my Monday, Dale. That's the story in life. So we got a conclusion on the discount tire issue that I had. Conclusion solved. It only took a year to come to this conclusion, by the way. Troubleshooting it and all that stuff.
And you figured out your sensor.
Yeah, so I don't even know if they're right now. I got to wait until a tire goes down to find out if it's the right tire or not. Did they fix it?
Well, let's hope that you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, for a while, because every time I go out to my garage now, my car stinks like new tire. It's like overwhelming. But it is funny too, though, Dale. So I get the car, and I drive up to the freeway. It's Country Club Baseline, that one. So I drive up to the freeway, get on the freeway. It's the smoothest ride I don't think I've ever been in this car. I'm merging lanes and hitting those bumps in the middle. Don't even feel them anymore. And I'm like, wow, how bad were those tires?
Yeah, that's
that I
interesting.
was just driving on.
That's
you could tell it different. Like, it was almost to the point, like, is there something wrong? Like, am I floating right now? Like, this is too smooth a ride.
Hey, put those old tires back on. It's too smooth.
So that's the other thing that cracks me up is, like, how bad were the tires I was driving on?
Right.
Because these are smooth as can be. This is fun again and all that. It is amazing. It is amazing how that happens.
And you remember to plug your truck in so you had...
So when the guy goes to tow it, I just have it set on, leave it on for 60 minutes. I have that button on. So the guy shows up. He's like, you got the keys? And I go, they're in the console. I go, but the car's on for the next 60 minutes. You can just leave it on or whatever. And the second I said that, I went, is it charged enough? I'm like, yeah, it's got to be good enough. So what I noticed was he got the discount tire. It was still on. Discount tire pulled it in because they weren't busy. They pulled it in. They're looking at it. They're like, oh, we got to order it. We're talking about that and everything. And I'm going to walk off, and I can see it's still on. And it would turn off in an hour. It would be fine. But I go, hey, you guys mind turning that car off for me if it's going to sit there for a couple hours while you order the tires? Because you can imagine they change the tires. I get there, and I'm dead.
I need to be towed to a charging port.
There's a charging station right down the road, but there was just a big update that happened, so I got to stop by a public charger and see if that's working again or not, or if I got to take it in. Yeah. Now that the update's in there, I'm going to go see if I can public charge. Maybe I'll do that today on the way home. The Adventures of Steve. Dale, it's a lifestyle. The lifestyle.
The first 6 months of Steve owning that, he's singing praises, and you guys suck driving gasoline cars.
I'm still saving a ton of money when you guys are. I'm not saving money in my time with all the problems, but yeah, we're there, man. We're there. Yeah, all part of the fun. But appreciate you guys joining us here on this Friday. Of course, we'll talk NHL hockey. I was hoping for a bunch of Game 7s. I'll talk that as Dale leaves here in a little bit. He's not good enough to talk hockey with.
Well, you had a couple elimination games of basketball last night. You got your D-backs, that starting pitching, a bunch of Cy Young Award winners. You got the Suns. Looks like they're going to stay the same.
Yeah, this is an amazing thing. Let's get into that. Right off here is our big story of the day. The Matt Ishbia and Gregory, the GM's press conference yesterday. I only took 2 clips from the press conference because I was so sickened by the other ones. They are acting, Dale. You're not kidding. They're acting like they're happy with the way this team is put together. They just want to develop the players, and they're good enough, and they're going to improve next year. They have a length problem. I've been talking about it all year. They have a length problem. They need to solve their length problem.
And it really, really, really reared its ugly head as this season went along.
He did not even address that at all. He's like, I'm happy with this guy. And named every player on the team. We got to develop them. We got to work on this. We got to work on that and everything. Well, first of all, Dale, I want to know your thoughts on this because you're one of those guys that's tired of Devin Booker. I'll say this. Devin Booker isn't playing like a $60 million a year guy.
Right.
That does bother me. A $60 million a year guy. Even Chris Paul at the end of the Suns are making his $48, $50 million or whatever, was playing pretty much in the regular season like a $50 million guy. Devin Booker hasn't been lately. So Dale and everybody's like, we should get rid of him, get some things for him, etc. Well, Matt Ishbia put that to bed yesterday.
Yes.
Matt Ishbia yesterday. Here it is. Matt Ishbia talking about Devin Booker.
Yeah, Devin Booker's our franchise player. I love Devin Booker. Devin Booker loves being here. Our coach loves Devin Booker. Our GM loves Devin Booker. Devin Booker is going to be here. Devin Booker is going to lead us to a championship here in Phoenix. That's what he's going to do. And we're going to build the right team around him. He's going to get better, just like I'm going to get better, just like everyone is going to get better at our organization. And at the same time, Devin Booker is who we want here. And he's great for the city, great for the community. I'll ride into a fire with Devin Booker, and I'll do it proudly. And we'll go anytime, and he's going to have my back, and I'm going to have his back, and Devin Booker's our guy. So the national media, I've learned you guys actually are in the weeds a little bit more with what we do. The national media just says stuff to say stuff sometimes, and people say stuff, and sometimes I like to respond, and sometimes I don't because it's just ridiculous. But Devin Booker's not getting traded. Devin Booker's our franchise player, and like I said, we're going to win a championship here with Devin Booker, and I'm excited to do it, and I'm excited to be next to him when we do that.
While I love the optimism and he's very well spoken and he's glowy and gushy and mushy and no, you're not.
You notice the bags under his eyes are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, with big jobs comes stress.
Ugh.
No, you're not going to win a championship with Devin Booker again.
Well, he says you are,
and I'm telling you that you aren't. Now, again. I'm just saying that's one idea if you can get value for him. I don't even know what a value thing would be for Devin right now. Because other teams don't view him as a franchise player. I guarantee you that. So I don't even know what you could get for him if you said, hey, let's quietly shop him around a little bit and let's see what we can get.
Let's take some calls.
Yeah.
If somebody calls, we'll entertain it. We'll see
Right.
what we can get. Nope.
As a Phoenix Suns fan since 1968, when I was 6 years old and first started loving NBA basketball, the Suns have not won a championship. This edition of the Suns, while a lot more enjoyable and fun this year than I ever thought it would be, and I think they could get better, they're going to be a 6, 7, 8 seed. 6, 7, 8 seed.
Yeah. This team in this iteration is not going to get better than a 6 seed.
Even if everybody improves a little bit.
Yeah, no. And that's what I'm saying. If they just keep improving, you're not going to get better than a 6 seed because you have a length problem. The Nuggets, who have some big guys on that team, if you don't know, just lost the playoffs to the Timberwolves, who have some big guys. And you can't compete with either of those teams because of the length.
How did Denver lose to them when their top 3 guys were out?
I know. They had to win 3. Denver, there's something broken in Denver.
Yeah.
Man. Denver's a lot like Milwaukee to me. What I mean by that is they won their championships, but there's something off there. And then they started blaming the coaches, right? Coach Bud gets blown out in Milwaukee, and they haven't been good since, and they've been out of those locker room issues and everything. I think Denver's in that same boat. They won their championships and they blamed the coach and the GM last year. And that's the same situation this year. There's something amiss in that locker room and with the team not willing to build around properly. That's the amazing thing that's happening there as well. But that's the problem with this Suns team. And they just kept talking and talking and talking, about, we're happy with this team. We're happy with the way they perform.
Yeah.
Now we're going to keep improving. So we don't have to make big changes, is what he said. We don't have to make them. We can bring this team back and we'll be perfectly fine. We'll improve next year, which I do believe they will. But you have a fundamental problem. I asked Bruce Cooper this on Tuesday. I said, this team, as it's constructed now, is at least a play-in game, the team. They're a 7-8 seed, and then you got to play your way in. That's at least what they are right now.
Right.
Even if they don't make one change, that's what they are. They're better than the teams that are taking underneath them, but they're not going to be able to get into that. They might sneak into a 6 seed, but they're not going to be a top 4 seed or a 5 seed or anything to that effect. And stuff like that. And, and so you look at it that way, then to hear your owner and your GM just be like, no, we don't need that at all. Alarming to me. Now, it could be a smokescreen. They don't want to put stuff out there. I get that. There's so much energy with these guys, and it's just like, what are we doing?
Because, again, I understand the excitement. The season just ended, and when you look at the whole entirety of the season, yes, it was a big step up for the Suns for the last couple years.
Absolutely.
You could argue that, yeah, a lot of people got hurt, injuries at wrong times. So you could throw that in there. I have a feeling with this iteration of the Suns, that is always going to be an issue. That you're going to have guys that are injured.
It's not going to get better.
And so I'll tell you this, I would not want to be the one in charge trying to figure that out.
You gotta get linked in here. There's no doubt about it. And I think they missed an opportunity. I said it with Coop on Tuesday. I think they missed an opportunity to play Malowich and Fleming more this season, so they're more ready for next year. And they didn't address that really yesterday as well. Here's the GM, Gregory, on the season and what the offseason is going to entail for this team. Take a deep breath here, because this guy talking, like, Matt Ishbia kind of rubs me the wrong way. This guy really does. Here's Gregory.
I think we're in a good position with that, okay? We'll challenge our veterans this summer with an unbelievable program for them to work as hard or harder than they've ever worked, because we want every one of our veterans to have a career best year next year. Our young guys, we're going to drive them, so their development is accelerated. In order to do that, you got to have guys and players that want to get better and want to put in the work. And we have that. You got to have guys that are coachable. We got guys who want to be coached. But you also have to have a coaching staff that can teach. We got great teachers on our coaching staff. We got guys that can demand the very best from our players. And I think when those two come together, you have a chance in front of us with the continuity of our players, with the continuity of our staff, with a huge focus and emphasis on development, that we're going to take big jumps this summer, and you're going to see it next year. And that's our goal. That's what we want to get done. And I think the only way to do it is if everybody's on the same page, and that's where we're at right now. And that's why we're in a good place. We got a solid foundation to continue to build, and I'm excited about it. I couldn't be more proud of what the team accomplished this year.
You can take down,
and at the same time, their drive and hunger for more is there.
I left it all up there because just the speaking around the tree there just drives me nuts. He just keeps saying the same thing in repeated fashion over and over and over again. So I left that in there on purpose. But
well, when he says everybody's going to improve in a career best year next year and that kind of stuff, all sounds great as a sound bite.
They had a career best year this year.
When Dylan Brooks is not going to be able to have a better year next year than he did this year, you hope he has the same kind of year next year.
If he has a better one next year, he's having another career best year. How many guys have career best years 2 years in a row? Doesn't happen very often.
For this, idiom of people to go, Devin Booker can improve. This is Devin Booker's, what, 9th year? 8th year, 9th year?
10th or something?
Yeah, in
is it?
10th. I
don't know,
mean, he's been around for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't see
Might be
Devin
right.
Booker improving. I see him kind of hanging around the same with some regression in his game.
Yeah.
If you're
11 seasons, yeah.
how many?
11.
11. Not very many guys improve in their 11th season.
Yeah, you know who you are at that point.
And so I think some of that is, hey, the season was fantastic. Let's shine a light on it and whatever. We'll worry about next year here in another couple of weeks. But
It's just is that the right attitude to have in those press conferences?
well,
though?
I think maybe at this press conference, because what do you want to do? Hey, we're really disappointed with how the season ended, and
you
we're
talk
going to make
about
changes.
that, but I mean, Dale, I'm watching that yesterday, and I'm just like, they're not making any changes. Even the best teams make changes. The Thunder make changes.
All the right ones.
If you stay the same, you're going to get passed by everybody. But that's my bigger issue is when you have a length issue here, they have to know it. They're not stupid. They know they have a length issue that they have to solve and improve. And then on top of that, everybody had career years this year, that you needed to. Dylan Brooks, Gillespie, Goodwin. Goodwin, when they signed him, everybody was like, oh, Goodwin, what are you doing? You have this guy out there you could have signed and this guy out there.
Now those last two names you said, Gillespie and Goodwin, I can see them definitely improving. I can see Gillespie, now his body understands what it's like to play minutes in 82 games.
How to get through it.
And how to figure that out and what kind of shape I got to be in. And I think Goodwin, I think he's got room for improvement.
I mean, Oso, Coop talks about that all the time with Oso. He needs to develop an outside shot. I agree with that 1,000%.
Yes.
He'd be a huge threat from just the elbow. He'd be a huge threat.
And how about dunking with two hands?
I just got visions in my head there.
How many dunks did he get blocked?
Yeah. So, I mean, there can be an improvement. Don't get me wrong, but they're acting like you can come back and have the same season again, which would mean Dylan Brooks would have to have another career season.
Yes.
That would mean, these other guys would have to step up in their career seasons. Doesn't usually happen like that.
Right.
No, I do agree with them. You don't blow up the whole roster. I told you 3 names that I wouldn't mind you unload to bring in some length in here, and that would be Royce O'Neal, Grayson Allen, 2 guys, and then I'd like Mark Williams to come back, but his injury status kind of worries me. But because you gave up the draft picks, I'm a little bit unsure on. Those are 2 changes right there I would make. Bring in some length there, different things that can change the game up when you come in there. Boom, you're going to improve just by doing that if you get the right guy. And stuff like that. But I'm not saying they had to go to the press conference yesterday and be like, we need to make changes here, and this was terrible. The overall thing was that what I was disappointed is they just kept saying how this team, we're going to keep it together because it's going to be better next year.
Well, tell me this. If you're not going to trade Devin Booker or even entertain it, which I think is a mistake, you're not trading Dylan Brooks.
No, he's here.
What about Jalen Green?
Jalen Green would be the guy that you would look at to trade of those guys there.
And again, what's interesting, you saw the best of the best from Jalen Green at times. You saw the reason that Houston let him go at times.
Yeah.
Again, just like the Cardinals in the NFL draft, I'm sure they at least entertain the thought of moving out of number 3 if they could get something worthwhile.
Yeah. Make it
But
worth
if
our time.
nobody offers you anything worthwhile, well, then why are we going to move to move?
Yeah.
Would anybody offer the Suns anything for Jalen Green? Those are the things that it's
that's
more
the issue.
complicated than just say, hey, we're going to get rid of him and bring this guy
I'll put it
in.
this way. I wouldn't trade Jalen Green unless I got an offer worth trading Jalen
Yeah.
Green. I'm not trading him just to trade him.
Right.
He can be an integral part of this offense. You saw that as he played more. I'll argue you saw that in the playoffs a little bit also. His explosiveness and stuff opened up that game at times. When Devin Booker wasn't able to do it, he was the guy that would step up there and try to do it. So I'm not going to say he's not a guy. I mean, O'Neal, I'm sorry. I like Royce. He's great at the three-pointer and what he does out there. But him and Grayson Allen, make those two moves. Green, I could take or miss him. I'd be interested in seeing what you come back. Other than that, bring the rest of the team back. You got a young team that's going to improve. They're not wrong on that. But you have a very big element of the game of basketball that if you want to compete in this league, you have to fix.
Are there any Hartensteins out there that are available to bring in?
I was thinking more like a Jokic. One of those types of guys. Where are they at? Do they just grow on trees in Slovenia? Does somebody need to go to Slovenia and check that out? Do they just grow on trees over there? That's what they need.
Old Joker lost his temper a little bit in their series, huh?
He did not play well.
Yeah.
I think you might have a Giannis situation coming up in Denver with him.
Right.
Meaning he doesn't want to be there anymore. It's kind of going to start forcing his way out.
Maybe it forces away the team closer to his homeland so he can get back to his horses.
So the East Coast?
Yeah.
The East Coast more? When you go to Slovenia, is it faster to go?
Yeah, from Los Angeles or New York?
Yeah, because which way do you travel? I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah,
which way do you travel? Do you have to go Atlantic or do you go Eastern or over the Pacific
Math?
there?
Well, I think you just go out of Denver and you take a left, Steve.
You would go north with the curvature of the earth, Dale, is what you would do. Throw up the brackets here, Kobe, real quick. We'll wrap up our NBA talk here as well. Obviously, Thunder still waiting. Lakers, Rockets play tonight.
Who you cheering for in that?
I don't care because they're going to get destroyed by the Thunder here, but I want the Lakers to win this series.
Okay.
Because you'll get Luka back in theory with the Lakers, and that's going to obviously improve the Lakers team, and maybe they can stretch the Thunder out a little bit. But I know I've been on record. I want the Rockets to lose. We had such a miserable Kevin Durant experience here that I now want the Rockets to have the.
Isn't it interesting that he's out again and
with his bodies at his ankle or whatever they're saying.
knee or.
I'd like the Rockets to. The Rockets could be in this boat if they had Green and Brooks, so they didn't improve at all.
Right,
is kind of the point you're looking at, right? At this point, so I do want to see the Lakers win. Plus, I want to see what the Lakers, if Luka is able to come back and be really good. I'm not saying they're going to beat the Thunder, but they might make that a series. They might make it work a little bit. Because Timberwolves won the series against the Spurs. Timberwolves closed out the Nuggets last night. But the Timberwolves won that series of Spurs 2-1.
Okay.
So this isn't going to be an easy series for the Spurs. But I do think the Spurs win this. But I'm looking forward to that Thunder Spurs. But we need, dare I say this, we need the Thunder to have a hard-fought series against the Lakers or Rockets if they somehow surprise to win this series. I think we need them to have a hard-fought series here for the Spurs to have even a better chance to beat the Thunder.
The Lakers would be interesting if Luka, even if he comes back, he's not 32 points a game, Luka. If he's 20 to 25 points a game,
you're going to have to pay attention to
Yeah.
it.
You wonder how that would look. So
I don't know. That'll be interesting there, but that's what's happening there. Pistons Magic tonight as well. Yeah, do your Pistons stay alive tonight?
8 versus 1, huh? So it can be done, Steve.
Well, see, the Magic aren't a typical 8 seed, though. They should be better than an 8 seed. They had those injuries that knocked them out. They're a young team out there as well. They're a nightmare. They're a matchup nightmare for a lot of these Eastern teams out there. So, yeah, I mean, it can be done if you take your season and become an 8 seed.
Right.
But I do think the Magic. I've rolled over now. The Pistons look. For the first time in this series, looked like the Pistons as a number 1 seed in the last game. I don't know if you can do it for 2 more games, though, against this Magic team.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to the Magic here in this series. And dare I say it, Dale, Magic are going to win this series now. I've kind of flipped my opinion there as well. Cavaliers are up there tonight as well over the Raptors. I do think the Cavs will, unless James Harden does something stupid, they will close out the Raptors tonight, I do believe. But you're Knicks, man. You're Knicks, Dale.
Boy, oh boy. James Dolan sitting up, chilling, saying I knew all along
Do
that
you
we
think
were going to
I was watching the crowd in that game? I'm like at halftime. I'm like, who's staying at this game?
Right.
Even Knicks fans got to be bored at this. So me and Autumn, her daughter had a dance thing at her school last night, a big dance production. So we were going to that. So we went to Chili's beforehand, right down the road from the school, and Desert Ridge there. And I sit down and I'm watching it, and I see and across the room, on the table, I'm sitting there watching it, and it's going, man, what stats do they have up there? Because it has a 72 and a 22. And that's right when the Knicks and the Hawks guy gets in that fight in the second quarter. And I'm like, are they putting shooting percentage up there or something? And then Autumn pulls up her phone and goes, no, that's the score. I'm like, what? 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. That's the score. Then we left. Halftime was a 50-point difference. Then I'm at this event, and I'm paying attention to it, between dances or whatever. And I'm just like, they won by 51 points. Talk about not showing up for your elimination game there with the Hawks.
And that was in Atlanta, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Celtics 76ers, Jason Tatum got hurt. Calf injury. Celtics might be in trouble here. Joel Embiid coming back. Joel Embiid looks like a guy that actually wants to play in the NBA. I know. Celtics are in a lot of trouble depending on this Jason Tatum injury.
Well, I saw those guys talking about last night on TV with his history with the Achilles tear.
Yep.
Do you even chance him, even if he says, you know what, I think I'm okay?
No. I wouldn't.
No.
You could tear that Achilles again,
Yeah.
right? But I think 76ers have a good shot to survive this round. We could have Magic, Cavaliers, Knicks, 76ers on the eastern side of the thing on the NBA. Just like we all had it, folks. Second hour main event coming up next. We got some D-back stock coming up as well. It's coming back. Starting pitching. And we're back here, second hour main event. Appreciate you guys dealing with whatever I've got going on here in my life right now.
Yeah, you got the weekend coming up, though, Steve. No Rattlers, no
Yep, they're on the road in Las
WWE, no LLO, no MMT.
Maybe with this sickness, I'll be watching the UFC at 1 a.m. tonight or tomorrow morning. They're in Australia. Prelims start at 1 a.m. Main card starts at 4.
Okay.
It'll be over by 6:50. Yeah, by the time you wake up, UFC will be all done.
That's the way I like it. The way I like it.
Papa Mike says everything the GM said is probably true. The problem is that the other teams are going to do the same, if not more. That's my point. You can't go into a season saying we're not making any changes. Even if you improve a little bit, other teams are trying to improve, and you can't just be like, oh, that's fine.
Did you talk at all about the new anti-tanking NBA
I did,
stuff?
the 3-2-1, and yeah. So the worst 3 teams only have a 5% chance to win it. And teams 4 through 10, I think it is, have an 8.5% chance to win it. You can't win it 2 years in a row. And my bigger issue on that is kind of what you say, though, is, man, billion-dollar entity,
Yeah.
and you've got to have an anti-tanking measure.
Yeah.
What? Kick the teams out of the league if they're going to do that, man.
Relegate them to the G League.
Right? My Papa Mike also said that press conference was a fan pep talk, nothing else.
Yeah, again,
that's what it feels like. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, that's how I'm taking it as, hey, let's wrap the season up. We're going to just be positive and happy and excited about the future. And then they're going to sit down and go, okay, let's be real.
Yeah.
The way we look down the stretch, teams just dwarfed us.
I can understand. It's the way they express it, I think, is what I don't like. Matt Ishbia is not a bad guy. I'm not saying that at all. I think it's the way they talk. Like, Gregory could have said what he said in about 12 seconds. That was a minute. What? That went on longer, folks. But that was a minute and a half of him saying just the same thing over and over. That doesn't give you confidence that they know what they're doing, if you know what I mean. Like, that would be like your boss being like, here's what we're going to do, guys. Here's our strategy forward. And he uses all these big terms and everything. By the time the meeting ends, you're going, we don't know what we're doing. I think that's the problem. It's the way they send the message. And it's not, I know I sound like I'm being negative on it, and it's possible I am. It's just the way they talk. It's what the characteristics are and stuff like that. It just comes off a little.
Yeah, again, I'm taking it as that's a surprise season-ending conference that you want to leave everybody with a good taste in their mouth.
I am happy to see them, though, because they did change the culture of the team. They did change, which is what Matt Ishbia said he wanted to do. They did accomplish what they wanted. So, I mean, hype yourself up on that. Absolutely. And I'm happy to see that they acknowledged that and they kind of focused on that type of a deal. But yeah, I mean, season-ending press conference, that's probably not the time to go into what your plans are in the future.
Hey, by the way, we had a wonderful season, but guess what? We're small. We sucked it, went down the stretch, and we're going to make changes.
Grayson Allen. Yeah. Nice knowing you. Yeah, you can't do that stuff. Absolutely. So, hey, Dale, your D-backs.
Why do they become my D-backs?
I told I brought this up to Bruce earlier in the week. We talked about it. The starting pitching has been struggling the last, week and a half, 2 weeks now. They're only going like 4 innings now. Sometimes it's Gallen getting hit in the shoulder and having to come out. He is starting today, by the way. Early ball game. We'll give you some updates here in just a second on what's out there. Chicago Cubs this weekend. But going 4 to 5th, you're extending the bullpen a little too much out there with these guys having to pitch more. It's just you're going to go downhill unless you're starting pitching. Merrill Kelly, is it all of a sudden a concern? 2 bad outings after his 1 good one. Now, I did see a stat that Merrill Kelly, like in his first 3 or 4 starts last year, he's actually doing the same thing he did last year. And then he woke up and started pitching well. So hopefully he follows that pattern.
Well, here's the thing that strikes me is the fact that, yes, that was Soroka's first loss this season.
Yes.
But this is at least the third that I can remember, and it's probably at least another 1 or 2 more, that it's not 7-2. It's not a 7-2 loss. It's not a 6-1 loss. It's 17. Last night it's 13.
I'm going to go a step farther than you on this. The Diamondbacks have had a position player pitch in 3-4 games this year.
Yeah. Oh, James McCann's a reliever.
Same guy. Yeah, he's going to become their closer.
Hey, his ERA's down to 11.25.
I know. But, and I saw afterwards, Diamondbacks on SI, those guys, Jack Summers and and the crew there, they're the best guys to follow about the Diamondbacks, folks. They just are. But I read the article there where Torrey's like, I'm not happy with McCann. I don't know. You're the guy that cannot put him out there, coach. Just saying. It goes to bullpen games in the World Series. It goes to McCann having to come in and pitch now 4 outings. He's on pace for 22 appearances this year as a pitcher. Your catcher.
He's a catcher, right?
Yes. Well, is he? It's embarrassing. You're a month into this season, and you're already relegating yourself to this stuff. They're not prepared. They don't take pitching seriously. It's frustrating. Then I get more frustrated, Dale, and we know, and this is the problem. We know what they do. We knew it going into the season. We knew they don't focus on the bullpen. They just throw arms out there, right? What's my constant complaint about the closing? You can go around the league and see guys that are closers out there. And Paul Sewald's getting it done. I give him all the credit in the world for doing so. But going into the season, we're going, oh, no. None of these guys, they're DFAing guys, and nobody's picking them up.
Right.
Doesn't that tell you something? And then you got McCann. They're willing to go, oh, we don't care about our pitching staff and who we have in here because we'll just throw our catcher out there to pitch late in blowout games. No other team operates this way, and it's embarrassing.
Or they do it one
years.
time a year.
Yes, very rarely. We're a month into the season. He's on pace for 22 appearances as a pitcher. It's just they don't take pitching seriously. They never have. And this thing, it's the constant thing. And what do you expect when you have the same GM, same manager, same coaching staff, same philosophies running this team as well? And then, Dale, I saw this stat. Diamondback, Alex Weiner brings this up. Diamondbacks records through 30 games.
I saw that too.
2021, 15 and 15. 2022, 16 and 14. 2023, 16 and 14. 2024, 13 and 17. 2025, 16 and 14. This year, 16 and 14. The difference I will give them this year compared to previous years is this is the hardest start to the schedule they've ever had. They're playing all playoff teams except for the Chicago White Sox, or teams that should be in the playoffs.
Right.
They might not be playing that way, Phillies, Mets, etc., but they're playing those guys. We know what this team is. That's why at the beginning of the season I went, Diamondbacks are going to be in the playoff chase, and they're going to miss out. They're going to miss the playoffs late in the season somehow. Because that's what they do. And we're seeing it now. Starting pitching started so good. Guys coming off of injuries, Dale. Lord Gurriel comes back. At one point, he was 1 for 30. Kelly comes off of the IL. They bring guys back off the IL, and they aren't good. Where's the development? Where's the coaching? Then you got Vargas, a 35-year-old doing well this year, right?
Two things. Number one, the pitching part. You have to ask yourself, is it because they haven't rehabbed correctly, or is it the adjustment from pitching batting practice and backfield games to now real competition?
He had the one start in Reno, and then they went backfield after that. Why not have him have a couple more Reno starts?
Again, is that it? Is it that they're doing something wrong in rehab? Is this normal for pitchers to come out and struggle the first 2 or 3 starts? I have not done a deep dive into it, but yeah, that's what I was going to bring up, Steve. I refuse for you to let me get down or bring our fans down in the Diamondbacks when Drip Daddy is going to be setting records here shortly that will be a long time before they're broken. Drip.
You got to explain that to me.
Drip.
People don't know what you're talking about right there.
I can't pronounce his first name. Last name is Vargas.
No, say it. Say his whole name.
Il Demaro.
Yeah.
Is how I'd go at it if I had
to. Actually, I think that's right.
Vargas.
Yeah.
The mid-30s journeyman.
35-year-old guy.
Right at the mid-30s.
He's going to be your MVP guy this year.
And journeyman now sits at 26-game hitting streak.
Yeah.
Just tied a guy named Paul Goldschmidt. I think he was pretty good.
Yeah. They're doing $20 off tickets for a game coming up against the Pirates.
Yeah.
$20 tickets because of the hitting streak as well. So they're really paying attention to it. But not just him. Then you got Fernandez coming up and having success. Guys coming up from the minor leagues. Vargas are doing well. But again, I bring this up before, and I'm not being. I guess I am being negative. But my point is, there you can see the issues. Here's the problem, Dale. They traditionally haven't been able to solve. Marte, yeah, he had that bomb out of left field there, right? That I don't think has landed yet in the first game. Guys like that. If it wasn't for Fernandez, if it wasn't for Vargas and those guys, this team's on a losing streak right now, which is the way baseball should go. I'm not saying it's not. But at what point are these guys going to start, the stars of this team going to wake up a little bit and get going? I'm not saying, I'm just more of a cautionary tale here. Because the Diamondbacks traditionally, under Torey Lovullo, when they start to slide, they don't come out of it quickly. So how do we do this now? Now you're starting to see the pitching slide a little bit, which is going to negatively affect the bullpen that has pitched well this year.
Right.
And it's not like your schedule's getting easier here coming up as well with the Chicago. Pittsburgh, folks. Pittsburgh ain't your dad's pickup Pittsburgh team. Well, my dad saw good Pittsburgh teams. But Pittsburgh's not a slouchy team at all right now this year either. They have some young studs there as well. So although you got the positives, it's just the D-backs are what the D-backs are. We just have to ride these waves. Dale, is what we have to do. We know they're coming. They're hitting us right now as fans, and we just have to see it out there.
I'm just going to focus on Vargas. Soon to top Luis Gonzalez. Luis will be wiped off the record books, kind of forgotten as time goes by. Sitting at 26 games. So Luis has the longest Arizona Diamondback hitting streak.
What is it?
30. 30 games.
It was 30-something. I didn't know what it was. Yeah. So, day game here coming up.
3 day games in a row against your Cubbies.
Yep, against the Cubs here as well. So they made some moves this morning already. If you don't follow us, TME Sports Show on X. Brandon Garcia recalled from AAA Reno, left-handed pitcher, of course. Gabriel Moreno, we brought back from the 10-day injured list now as well. Philip Abner was optioned to AAA Reno. And then the catcher there, Aramis Garcia, designated for assignment.
Which means any team could have him, and there's not.
No, nobody's going to take him there, right? Nobody's going to line up. But at least he's a catcher now, not a relief pitcher that they tend to do there. But we do get Moreno back, and then we bring up a left-handed Garcia pitcher, which I want to see Garcia. Look, I said it earlier this week, Dale, when you were here. I said the Diamondbacks need to start bringing up some of these kids in Reno, relief pitchers that are pitching well in Reno. Even if it's bring them up for a game, use them, send them back down. You can do that 1,000 times a year with these young guys.
Right.
They need to start implementing that. You need to get more young blood in here to come up here and have success. I hate to phrase it this way, but I'm worried the veterans are going to fall into a funk and not fight their way out of it as quickly as they should. You know how you can do that? Get the young kids up here to bring that energy into this program. And you need to start doing it now because you can see the signs of that funk just setting in.
Well, I see you're already diving deep into the Black Sea.
The funk.
Yeah, I don't see that. You got.
We need to watch these games then. We're not seeing that.
The thing that does shock me, as I said, was the 3 or 4 times now where the team scored 13 or more runs. And as you said, McCann coming in for a relief. Hey,
it's unacceptable.
I remember when the Diamondbacks were winning a World Series that Mark Grace pitched in a game that was a blowout.
Yeah, occasionally.
Yeah, I mean, once, maybe twice. But 4 times through the first 30 games?
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
That means you're not prepared for the season and pitching if you're getting to that point as well. Some news here. We got the lineup. Ready for this? You got Perdomo leading off playing shortstop. Second base, Vargas batting second. No Marte today. Carroll in right field batting third. Del Castillo, the designated hitter, batting fourth. Moreno got called up, obviously, right into the lineup here as the catcher today, as well with Zach Gallen on the mound. Fernandez at first base. Arenado at third base. Alec Thomas, where, man, his bat. I think he can play some defense. Center field there for Thomas. Barossa in left field. Zach Gallen, of course, starting pitching here coming up as well. I'm interested in seeing what this lineup does today against the Cubs because this is exactly look. This just came out. I did not know they were doing this today when I just said what I said. This is a lineup where I'm interested in seeing can you get a little bit of a spark in this lineup here. Barossa, he's fun to watch. You hear Bruce Cooper on Tuesday. He loves him in these lineups, losing some playing time with Gurriel in here, right? But the guys that are kind of struggling aren't in this lineup. You got Fernandez, Barossa, then you've got Vargas up there on the top as well. Let's see if that spark happens today. This is what I'm asking for.
Well,
I'm getting it in game 1 against the Cubs.
With all your negativity, obviously we got the Vargas situation. Nolan Arenado is off to a pretty damn good start.
He's waking up.
Almost batting 300.
Yeah.
Got 5 home runs, 17 RBI.
Yeah, he's waking up.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, no,
they're-
that's what I'm saying. Guys are getting there.
Okay.
Guys are getting there. Let's see. Watch the young guys today. Dale will be golfing, so he won't be watching. 11:20 first pitch. The other thing is if we need a good start from Zach Gallen, today is the day you need
That
it.
would be nice. 6 innings, 1 run, couple hits.
Are you worried that he's coming back a little early with this? That was on his non-show throwing shoulder. But are you worried at all that he might be pushing to come back a little bit early?
I don't think so. Again, none of us know what he feels like.
That's the issue.
Hey, I'm sure it hurts. You get hit by a 108-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't come out of a game unless it's.
And he's stuck around to get the last couple outs of that inning.
Yeah, so it's not he doesn't get pulled out unless it's just setting up on him. And that it's not the hit necessarily, it's the bruise afterwards and the swelling and everything that kind of shuts you down. So we'll keep it rolling here. Dale's gonna take off. Part-timer Dale Hellestrae here, folks. Here today.
What can I do next week to make Steve happy?
Nothing. The answer is nothing. Nothing at all.
I leave. Steve's kind of happy.
I didn't complain. I didn't complain at all.
You didn't when I left?
I didn't complain at all while you were gone. Robert says D-backs specialize in rushing guys back. Yes, they do. Let's see here. I'm excited for this Cup Series. Let's see if we get this rebound, especially today's lineup. I like today's lineup. Let's do it, D-backs.
Wrigley Field.
Come on back. I got you the rest of the way, guys. Come on back. Main event. Back here, main event. Thought I could make it. Holy cow. Right off the bat, a bit of a cough there as well. So I appreciate you guys joining me, putting up with my nonsense here today. As well, I really feel like perfectly fine, other than just the stuffiness in my head and then just this cough that it's just from a dry throat as well. I did talk a lot this week, so, with part-timer over here, taking half the time off and stuff like that. So it'll be fun to see where we are. We talked Suns earlier, Diamondbacks earlier as well, with Dale getting him caught up. We'll get to hockey here in just a moment as well. Don't forget, text us 623-252-6670 on the text line. We see those and read those as well. Got a couple here. First one, actually agreeing with me on Gregory and his press conferences. Like I said, I want to be clear. I'm not saying Gregory's a bad dude and stuff like that. I'm just saying when he talks, you gotta pack your patience box a little bit. That's all I gotta say on that. It's just no. Look, I get it. I talk for a living. Half of you right now watching us are going, "God, that guy can't talk at all." I get it. I get it. Excuse me. Look at that. Now my karma is coming back to hit me here as well from that side. So, but it's not saying anything. It's not a negative thing. It's just like you just got to be careful with him and on your clips. I left that clip open so you guys could kind of see it as well, and kind of see what it's like when he talks out there and everything. We talked. Just got done talking Diamondbacks, 11:40 against the Cubs today. Day games the next 3 days for them. I like this lineup today, folks. I really do. I said what I said. I didn't know what the lineup was at that time, so that's even more exciting to me as I look at this lineup now for the Diamondbacks here. But I am a little concerned about the starting pitching. Like, why are the starting pitchers falling off all of a sudden? Is it because we're far enough into the season? More film on these guys, more time to study these guys, and they're getting hit, right? Soroka yesterday, 8 earned runs given up there in his 3 innings. Merrill Kelly. Erod made it to what, 4 2/3 before they pulled him? I feel like he could have stayed in a little bit longer, but he was laboring a little as well. When it's one guy struggling, it's that guy. When the whole starting pitching group is starting to struggle, it's alarming. It'll be interesting to watch Zach Gallen today on the mound after last time leaving the game early with that injury to see. But starting pitching has become my number one concern, which will lead to bullpen problems on top of it if you don't get that nailed in as well. But the Diamondbacks here, 11:40 against the Cubs, and Saturday, 11:20. I'm sorry, 11:20, not 11:40. That's what I was looking up there. Saturday and Sunday, 11:20 against the Cubs. Then we get Pittsburgh Pirates, and the Pirates are no slouch this year, folks. For them either in the league as well. We talked the whole NBA as a whole here. The NBA, we'll see tonight. You got Lakers Rockets tonight, and the Lakers close out that series. Do the Rockets stay alive without Durant out there? Pistons Magic. This is a series I'm interested in. I feel like the Magic need to close out the Pistons tonight, or else the Pistons will win that series in Game 7. As a rehash for you. Cavaliers are going to win that series regardless. It's just going to be if it's 6 or 7 in my eyes. But they play tonight as well. Cavs are up 3-2 in that series as well. Then the biggest thing on the Celtics they're in serious, serious trouble going into Game 7 with Tatum's calf injury he got last night. 76ers could pull that out this weekend, so we got to pay attention to that as we come up as well. I'm just scrolling around really quick here on what's happening. Don't forget, Pit Stop's up. We recorded that early this week on Tuesday because of the schedule with everything going on. Pit Stop there, right? Follow us at the Pit Stop Talk on your X. Catch the podcast if you like to listen. For those of you that listen to the podcast, check it out. Either the Pit Stop Talk or just search the Pit Stop with Steven, and it'll pop right up for you. Real Matrix today, talking about cholesterol. 10 a.m. on Robat TV, noon on YouTube, on Rumble, rumble.com/user/TME Media there on Rumble for those of you. And I see a lot of you are watching The Real Matrix as well. The Angry Patriot thanks you for that a lot. I just want you to come in with an open mind. Today's cholesterol out there, noon on Rumble and also noon on all your favorite podcast systems out there. Just search The Real Matrix, Angry Patriot as well. For you there. And all of our programming, you want to follow TME Media AZ, especially on days like today where I don't know what's happening with the Robat TV, but you can catch us. Obviously, you're catching us live here at TME Media AZ as well out there. And like I said, we're doing some testing on it and things to that effect, so we appreciate. We haven't really advertised it out there that we're doing this now and we're looking at doing this. We have a bunch of options we're looking at, but we appreciate everybody that's found it everybody that's participated, and there's that chat there as well for you as we deal with that. So plenty of ways to interact with this program as well, and we can't thank you enough for that interaction. And folks, the NHL is what we're going to talk about now as we go into this weekend. UFC Saturday night. You saw with Lou yesterday. Saturday morning, 1 a.m. prelim start. 4 a.m. main card starts. Main event is scheduled to go at 6:35 a.m. our time here on the West Coast. So if you're UFC fans, got to get a little bit up early or catch the replay later on there on Paramount Plus, of course. There we had that discussion with Lou yesterday, and a lot of NHL talk as well. Go ahead and throw up the NHL playoff bracket for me there, if you would, Kobe. We know Carolina or Colorado's been sitting at home. Well, they finally got their opponent last night. Minnesota got the victory over Dallas. Dallas has made it to the last 3 conference finals the last 3 years. Well, this year out in the first round for them as well. Officially eliminated in round 1, but like I said, 3 straight conference finals appearances. This Colorado-Minnesota series, these guys were dogfights when they battled it out in the regular season. This is going to be a fantastic series here. I'm not going to say it's going to go 7 games, but we are going to see probably a 6-game series if I had to guess here. This is going to be a fantastic matchup between these two teams who know each other intimately out there as well. Last night, a lot of disappointment up there in Canada. It was an inevitable that it was going to happen. I told you guys yesterday, Anaheim's probably going to close that out last night. It just there's a lot of skating underneath the Edmonton Oilers. Florida Panthers didn't even make the playoffs this year. They made the last 3 NHL finals. Well, Edmonton's made the last 2, 3, one of those 2. Edmonton's done the same thing. It's just they've lost the NHL final, Stanley Cup final. They made the playoffs this year, had no momentum coming in. They just look like a tired team. And they look like it. And the worst team in the playoffs, the Anaheim Ducks, in my opinion, worst team in the playoffs, gets there and gets the series win 4-2 last night over Edmonton. So they're at home waiting for the winner of the Knights in Utah series as well coming up. Excuse me while I grab a drink here and everything. I appreciate you guys putting up with my voice and everything. I really, my throat, I really do appreciate that as well. I'll go until I can't. If I start losing it here, we'll go from that point. But at the west side, Vegas Knights in Utah, they play tonight, folks, as well. That is a 7 p.m. our time. Look, whichever team you're rooting for, like I tell you guys all the time, the Utah guys are the young Coyotes getting their playoff shot here. Knights are those Riley old veterans. It's been a fun series. Double overtime last game. The Knights ended up winning it. One overtime in the game before that the Knights won as well. Utah has to win tonight to stay alive. I don't know who's going to win this game tonight. I'm not going to lie to you. These games are tough. They get to overtime. I'm just going to sit back and enjoy this game tonight as well. I could see either team winning tonight. Period. End of story. 7 p.m. for them. Then you got Tampa Bay, Montreal tonight. Tampa Bay has to win to stay alive and force a Game 7. Montreal, I told you at the beginning of the season, I did not pull the trigger on Montreal. I ended up going with Tampa Bay. I do think Montreal's winning this series. They've just been overall just the better team here. Tampa Bay's struggling to keep up with them. Montreal's up 3-2. They play tonight as well. They're the first game tonight, 4 p.m. our time. It's been a fantastic series as well. Let's see if Montreal can close out Tampa Bay. I'll say this. If Tampa Bay can get it to a Game 7, I like their chances. I really do. You also have right there at the top of this bracket, Buffalo and Boston tonight. Buffalo's up 3-2 in this series. I do think Buffalo closes it out tonight against Boston. I think that Boston had their last little gasp here to make it 3-2 in this series. I think the young Buffalo Sabres win this series. If it is Buffalo and Montreal in the next round, that series is going to be amazing to watch. Carolina's been sitting around waiting, of course, to play somebody. Well, they got Philadelphia finally. They actually get underway tomorrow, Philadelphia and Carolina for your weekend. 5 p.m. our time tomorrow on Saturday, Philadelphia, Carolina, Game 1. They finally get underway. The thing to watch here is going to be Carolina's been sitting at home for a little bit. They swept Ottawa. There's a chance Philly can come in and do some and win this game and put a battle on with Carolina. With maybe Carolina has some rust, so pay attention to that. Of course, going into this game tomorrow night. Other than that, I don't think this is a series. I think Carolina kind of wins this series and everything. So we'll see how game one goes. But Philly has to take advantage of a team sitting at home this weekend if possible. If there is game sevens out there, Boston Buffalo goes to the game seven. If Montreal Tampa Bay goes to a game seven, or Utah and Vegas go to a game seven, Sunday is when those games are going to be for any game seven that happens. We don't know what times yet, obviously. Depends on if 1, 2, 3, how many of them go to the game seven. But we are looking at Sunday for those game sevens coming up. So there's a potential of 3 game sevens on Sunday, or no hockey games on Sunday as well, depending how this goes on this side. But sit down, day game baseball game for the Diamondbacks, 11:20 today. That game will be over tonight. Got nothing to do. It's a Friday night. You're like me. You're just going to relax, take some medicine, live your dream and everything. Turn on a hockey game. Have some fun with that here on a Friday night. With all 3 of the games tonight, folks, the teams are fun. Boston, not so much, but Buffalo's a fun team to watch as well. So definitely log in and check that out tonight as well if you're so inclined to do so here as well. So I'd like to thank everybody also that's tuning in right now. TME Media AZ. Robert says, hopefully the usurpers, and that's Utah, folks, in case you don't know. He said he gets to go golfing after tonight. I agree 1,000% with you on that. I think the Knights need to close it out tonight. They're a veteran team, an older team. I think they will struggle if this series goes long. They'll struggle in future series coming up here. So they need to wrap this up, I think, to get especially since Anaheim's wrapped up their series as well. If that goes to a game seven, it's going to be fascinating to watch. In that side of the bracket. Throw up the bracket again really quick, Kobe, because in these brackets, right, if you look at the bottom, I told you if the Mammoth can win this, they could go on a run. Colorado, Minnesota is going to be one of those just bloodbath series where they're just going to battle it out. It's going to go long. They're going to come out damaged on the other side, whoever wins that series, which will probably be Colorado. Vegas, if it's Vegas and Anaheim, Anaheim, yes, they beat Edmonton. Edmonton was a wounded animal, though. Anaheim, probably going to struggle against Knights. I'll be honest with you, they might struggle against Utah as well. You can get through that series there, man. You can go on a run here. So, if they can get to a game seven, Utah, and win that series, they could go on a run here to the Western Conference Finals. So it is something to keep an eye on in that series as well from that perspective and everything. But, hey, on this Friday, I'm just strolling through here really quick. Jokic, by the way, I'm just scrolling through other headlines. We talked about Live Golf. A lot of the Live golfers are coming back and talking to the PGA Tour. Lots of rumors out there. I'm not going to, they're going to be able to come back. It's just a matter of what they have to do to come back and stuff to that effect. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. But that's all the rumors are going to be now is what golfers are leaving, how soon are they leaving, etc. From that side. But Jokic last night with Denver being eliminated in Minnesota, back to the NBA, he actually said Nuggets are far from contention. The last 3 years, 2 years, 3 years, definitely 2, maybe 3 years, the Nuggets have gotten Jokic and no help on that team. Just role players is all they've given him. Not any more superstars. They have Murray and stuff, but injured a lot. Pay attention to that situation. That could turn into as I said earlier, Buck situation with Giannis, where he's going to not want to be there anymore. He's going to be wanting to trade out there. There's going to be a give and a go for a little bit, which isn't going to help the locker room at all. We're seeing that in Milwaukee as well. So pay attention to the Nuggets here. Now, obviously, their off season is here, but going into next year, this off season, rumors are out there. I think the Nuggets are definitely on the downside of their championship run, unless the Kroenke Stan Kroenke, who owns the Rams and stuff, his sports enterprise owns the Nuggets, unless they just decide to start pumping some money into a bunch of these players as well. Kind of what we're looking at there as well. So it'd be fun. I still can't get over that Knicks score last night. That was just so unbelievable out there. I put out on Twitter last night in terms of the Jeremiah Love pick, right? The Athletic had that NFL Draft 2026 winners and losers. Well, the Jeremiah Love pick I'm paying attention to from a national perspective. But I'm also paying attention to the Carson Beck one. I've told you guys all along. I see a model, a Bo Nix type model here for Carson Beck. Won in college, had success in college, had good job throwing ball, played in big level ball games in college. He's going to have an opportunity to start this year. And I put it out on Twitter last night, but the Athletic, in terms of winners and losers, well, they had Dolphins QB Malik Willis as a winner as well because of, their trade. They traded Waddle to the Broncos, but they got their draft picks to help out that offense. So they say he's a winner out there. They say the Philadelphia Eagles won in the draft as well. They say the Ravens won in the draft. Did you guys see Calais Campbell? Unsure if he's coming back for his 19th year. Cardinals were an option from what I understand. And he chose to go back to Baltimore for his 20th year in the NFL as well yesterday. And that's just a loss in my eyes for this Cardinals defense. You could have used that veteran in there again this year. But the Ravens considered a winner by the Athletic. And even the Cleveland Browns considered a winner. Spencer Fano there, the 9th pick, as well then the Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston. Not related to Devin Boston, Greedy, just so you know. I know you've been told enough, but just to reiterate it to you. But they have Cleveland Browns as winners. The other person they have as winners here, Cardinals quarterback Carson Beck. I put this out on Twitter last night as well. So here's what they say. At first blush, the decision to take Jeremiah Love with the number 3 pick seemed like a curious decision given both the pre-existing talent at running back and the other needs the team had. It's fascinating that they kind of looked at that from that perspective. But they do say coupling Love with the second-round selection of Chase Bissonnet. I was trying not to cough when I was saying it the first time as well. And, of course, getting Matt Pryor. This is signaling the Cardinals want a rushing attack. They want a short, I'm going to call it a West Coast offense, right? But a short flare passing system out of the backfield and a running game. That's what this offense is going to be coming up. Play action is going to come into play. When you do that, Carson Beck's good at play action. It is going to be fun to watch this happen this year. Jacoby Brissett might get the opportunity to start this season, but this is going to be Carson Beck's team here at some point during the season, folks. More things are pointing to you on that way as well, especially since you know what those guys are. Brissett went 1-11 last year. Gardner Minshew 2-8 in the last 2 seasons combined. It's just setting up. I'm just giving you more and more knowledge here that Carson Beck is going to be the starter for your Arizona Cardinals at some point this year. They do have losers. They do have the Niners as a loser. They have the Jacksonville Jaguars draft picks as a loser as well in this draft. I'm interested they didn't put the Rams out here as a winner or loser. Rams taking a lot of heat for their draft picks out there as well. They also have the Carolina Panthers as a loser as well as of right now. So you're starting to see some national perspectives of guys talking about Carson Beck weaving into this offense. I know some local people have jumped onto that bandwagon as well. I've seen it. Some of you have sent it to me and stuff to that effect. I came in here on Monday and said it's a Bo Nix model. He's going to get the opportunity to come in here and play. He's going to get the opportunity to show what he can do. Is it going to be perfect? No. It might fail. But you know what you got here. And just as a fan, if I take away my analysis hat here, and I'm just talking about just as a fan of the Cardinals, a guy that watches their games as a fan, a guy that goes to the games as a fan. I don't work it at all. I just go as a fan. Only one thing is going to excite me going into this season, or at least pique my interest. Jacoby Brissett is the starter. It's not going to pique my interest. Jeremiah Love is going to pique my interest. Does that open up Marvin Harrison Jr. to catch more balls? Does that open up Wilson to be more open with Love out of the backfield or lining up as receiver? That's going to change this offense. How does this offense run? But the thing that's going to get me a little bit more, even more peaked up there is Carson Beck starting at quarterback. Because we know what Jacoby Brissett has. Now, if Jacoby Brissett gets to start the first month and he goes 3-1, 3-2, right, with 5 games, well, he's your starter for the rest of the year. The conversation goes away. Carson Beck's going to be given the opportunity to win this job here out of training camp. And if he doesn't win it out of training camp, because there's some politics involved, right? It's a long season, things to that effect. There's some things out there that can play into that. But it's good. That's going to be exciting. And just as a fan, as I said, I think that's what you want to do for the fan base to kind of wake up out there as well. So, folks, here on this Friday, I'm just trying to see what other news is breaking out there as we're talking about it. Oh, the Browns, they did their stadium groundbreaking ceremony this morning. They're all in sweatshirts and everything. But they want to host a Super Bowl in Cleveland. Ooh, that'll be fun in February. Huh. That'll be fun at all. Hope they have fun with that coldness there as well. Interesting enough, the Athletic did their day 2 winners and losers. Let me just pull this up here real quick since we're talking NFL. We're wrapping up the show here as well. Let's see here. Winner, Steve Spagnuolo, Kansas City, a defensive coordinator. Remember, Coop wanted him as the head coach there earlier this season on this program. But they say he's a winner with their additions. The Terrell brothers there, right? Falcons took Avion. I believe the Falcons took him. They did, yes. And his older brother's there as well, A.J. Terrell. He's a 6-year veteran. They say they're winners, obviously going to play together there as well. But they also say Lamar Jackson is a winner there. These are day 2 draft grades is what they're doing. Or day 2 winners and losers as well. Lamar Jackson. They added Mark Andrews and Zay Flowers, obviously, to that lane, and then that Jacoby Lane from USC, as they say, they're a winner as well. They have the Eagles as a winner from day 2, Steelers as a winner as well. This is where they have the losers there being the Rams. The Rams are the losers. But they also say Jacoby Brissett's a loser on day 2. This is round 2 of 3. This is what I wanted to pull it up and look at. I just saw this right now. They say the veteran is penciled in as the starting quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, but the selection of Carson Beck makes things very intriguing. Beck seems to have improved on a number of weaknesses during the 2025 season at Miami, and between the U and his time in Georgia, he has taken a lot of reps and has experience playing in multiple systems. If he can grasp the playbook, he may have a chance to compete for the starting job. Thanks for getting on that bandwagon, The Athletic. This is going to be fun to watch, man. This is going to be fun to watch. I'm going to even say, I'll even give you a little bit bigger of a bold prediction. Carson Beck is going to be more towards the Bo Nix side than he is going to be on the losing side of things. If he gets his opportunity to start, he's going to do good things. It's not going to be perfect. Rookie quarterback, he's going to do better than you think he's going to do also. I'll just tell you that right now. Once he gets out of that field, I don't know why. I'm just a big Carson Beck fan. I was also a Bo Nix fan when he went to Denver as well because of that system. Carson Beck is tailored for this offensive system the Cardinals are coming in on. It's going to be fun to watch there. Then you're starting to see it, right? The Athletic right now. The Athletic having the same opinions that we had earlier in the week here on the show as well. From there. Don't forget Kentucky Derbies this weekend as well. 3:47 our time here on the West Coast, 6:57 on the East Coast there. So 3:47 here, Kentucky Derby as well. Just a fun little deal. I've been like I said, been delving into this. I won't do this for the Preakness. I won't do this for Belmont Stakes or anything. I just the Kentucky Derby, probably because it's the first one, just is kind of fun to see out there. So that's coming up on Saturday as well for the Kentucky Derby as well. I apologize, folks, for this cough that I am developing here as I keep talking. But let's do this because I'm about to die. Let's end the show a little bit early here on this Friday, right? You guys go have yourself a good weekend. I'm going to go figure out what is happening with the stuffiness and this dry throat that I have out there. Appreciate you joining us here this week. I'll come back on Monday better than I am now. I promise you that. Take care of it this weekend as well. So, Papa Mike says, I got to run. Retirement's calling. Yeah, exactly. Must be nice. Robert says, the Athletic is such a misnomer. You talking about me or the magazine? Or the paper is what you want to say. Robert said, need a hot toddy. I'll guarantee you about an hour from now, I'll feel perfectly fine. My voice will feel fine. My throat is taking a beating this week with Dale being off and having to talk so much. So I think that's a lot of it as well. But appreciate you guys joining us. Enough of my nonsense today. We'll be back Monday, 8 to 10 a.m. Of course, follow us, TME Media AZ. Share us with your friends. Follow TME Media AZ as well on X. Of course, the TME Sports Show on X as well. Text us 623-252-6670. Y'all have some good weekend coming up. I have a feeling I'm doing a lot of lounging around, trying to get rid of this stuff happening. See you on Monday, everybody. Have a great one. I made it.